I want to start by acknowledging the profound significance of today's dedicated ceremony for Mr. John Diggs Dorsey and Mr. Sidney Randolph. Two individuals who were tragically lynched in our community. Their stories have long been shrouded in the shadows of history. But today, we bring their names into the light.
Please join me in saying Mr. Sidney Randolph's name 3 times. Mr. Sidney Randolph, Mr. Sidney Randolph, Mr. Sidney Randolph. So Mr. Sidney Randolph was born between the years of 1868 and 1874, and he died the year of 1896. Mr. Sidney Randolph was a Black Georgia native in his mid-20s and was lynched in Rockville, July 4th, 1896, allegedly by a group of white men from Montgomery County. Randolph was suspected of attacking the Buxton family of Gaithersburg and killing one family member May of 1896. As a stranger to the area, he likely had no motive, and he maintained his innocence. He was imprisoned from May 25th until July 4th, when before trial, a masked mob kidnapped him from the county jail in Rockville, which is the current location of the county council building. The mob brutally beat Randolph and hanged him from a tree on what's now known as Hungerford Drive. His murderers were never identified. On November 23rd, in 1896, a Montgomery County Circuit Court grand jury inquest said they believed Randolph committed the assault, but failed to charge anyone in his lynching. Investigative journalist and NAACP co-founder Ida B. Wells said, and I quote, "A mini Negro is lynched as a scapegoat for another man's crime." An editorial in one of the papers clearly states that the lynching of Sidney Randolph was instigated by the real murderers.
So let us say together, Mr. John Diggs Dorsey. Together, Mr. John Diggs Dorsey. He was born in 1856 and he died in 1880. He was lynched in 1880. Mr. John Diggs Dorsey, a Black man in his early 20s, lived and worked in Darnestown as a servant to James and Lenny Schiffley. On July 25th, 1880, Lenny Schiffley accused Diggs Dorsey of rape and physical assault, a charge he denied. After a 2-day manhunt, Diggs Dorsey was brought to the county jail in Rockville, the present-day location of the county council building. On July 27th, a lynch mob kidnapped him, marched him in leg irons for 1 mile, and hanged him on Route 28.
Nothing will change until we're willing to acknowledge that we have to take actions to make that change. I appreciate the memorial today. I think it's a step toward reconciliation. We will heal, And we have not just an obligation, we have a moral responsibility to take this seriously enough that we can think and come up with some ways that we can be more meaningful in our efforts to try and move toward a better future.
The Commission on Remembrance and Reconciliation was established in 2019. It's comprised of public citizens like me, and including the Arts and Humanities Council, Montgomery College, Montgomery History, the Rockville Human Rights Commission, the County Human Rights Commission, the Maryland Lynching Memorial Project, Lincoln Park Historical Association, the Maryland National Capital Park and Planning Commission, and the Montgomery County Public Schools System. We gather not just to celebrate milestones, but to recognize the weight of history. We honor the resilience of a community that has faced adversity, and we mourn the injustices that have shaped our shared narrative. It's okay to both smile at the milestone that we have achieved today and sob that these markers are necessary at all. And to feel somehow incomplete that this small modicum of dignity comes 127 and 143 years respectively too late. All of that can be true, and this day can still be necessary and significant and important.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven